I just wanted to share an experience that I have sometimes. So, have you ever been messing around with your RAM's timing and then you go to turn it on and you kind of get, this where it just kind of sits around and hangs and it's giving you the CPU and RAM diagnostic lights? Well, let me show you the easy fix for this without taking out the CMOS battery. In this case, it doesn't like my RAM settings, and this MSI motherboard is pretty picky. For some reason, if you have a RAM setting it doesn't like, it doesn't even let you get into the BIOS. But it's pretty easy to fix, and this is why I like the CMOS reset buttons. First step is to power the computer off. So obviously you're going to have to do that manually, just by holding the button until it shuts off. So the next thing that you want to do is turn the switch off on the power supply, which is the O. Then you're going to go up here, you're going to see two buttons. This one has a flash button and a CMOS reset. So that one's the flash, that one's a CMOS reset. You're going to press and hold the CMOS reset button for about 15 seconds. After you've done that, just go ahead and turn your power supply back on. Now note, when you clear the CMOS, regardless of your memory context restore settings, it's going to have to retrain the DDR5. And you should be back in your BIOS now. Now this BIOS actually has profiles, and most modern BIOSes do. So before you start doing any kind of overclocking or messing with any settings, I recommend saving your profile with all of the settings that you have, just so that you can easily put everything back to the way you like it without having to manually set all your settings. So I'm going to show you how to reload your profile. On the MSI board, you just go up here to the profile. And then as you can see, it says load from ROM. I have it saved on here. You can also save it to a USB. I'm going to just double click it and then hit load profile 1, and it's going to say it loaded successfully. And then as you can see now, it's got my RAM timing settings, and it's going to load all of my PBO stuff. It's actually going to show all of the changes that it's going to make when I hit yes. And then once you do that, you should be good to go. I don't know if that's a problem with boards with DDR5 in general, or if it's just these MSI boards, but this MSI board is kind of picky sometimes, especially when you're using a RAM timing setting it doesn't like. That's why I just recommend saving your CMOS settings prior to messing around with any kind of overclocking. And of course, you can always remove the CMOS battery or use the CMOS reset jumper. I don't even know if this motherboard has a CMOS reset jumper because it has that button on the back. But it is a lot easier than removing the battery, because on this board, the battery is actually underneath the graphics card. So I'd have to pull the whole graphics card out to replace the battery, and nobody wants to do that. So yeah, just keep in mind, when purchasing a computer, just keep in mind motherboard features like a CMOS reset and a CMOS flash button. I think that those are both very useful.